That's right. It is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, one and all. Oh, I know it's a busy day for people being with your families and just all that Easter entails. So, whatever you did to make it to our Sunday gathering today, we so appreciate you. And for those of you who can't be with us live and are watching the replay, you're still part of our family. Happy Easter to you. And of course, to our friends down under, you've already started St. Patrick's Day. No, let's rewind that. April Fool's Day. April Fools. A slip of the tongue. Today also happens to be a Hydesville Day, I believe it's called, way back on March 31st, 1848, I believe. 176 years ago, two sisters started hearing some raps and taps, the Fox sisters, which eventually, through the course of all these years, brought us here today to the whole world of spiritualism and celebrating the reality of the afterlife and giving thanks that we go on after this life. If we haven't yet met, I am Sandra Champlain, being shared today with Darren Wynn, and we have a wonderful guest, the medium speaker, person extraordinaire, photographer like you wouldn't believe it. Stephen Trolland is with us today. We are celebrating Easter. We'll just see how the spirit moves us. You know, it's interesting. Every time we do a Sunday gathering and that opening music starts, somewhere midway through, I just feel this whoosh and I get filled with goosebumps. And to me, that's the arrival of the spirit world saying, we're here, we're with you. And it's very interesting how no matter what the theme is, none of us, Darren, Stephen, and I, really discuss too much before this begins. And everything just seems to gel together so wonderfully. So it's just nice to see in action how the spirit world moves us and moves us together. All right, I'll give you the lineup for today and then we will get started. I, of course, am your hostess with the mostest. Today I'll be doing the reading and also leading you into healing and all the behind the scenes music and introducing the demonstration, etc. Our friend Darren will be doing our opening prayer and also the words for the week. And we have a very special guest, as I mentioned, Stephen. He will be doing our address with words of philosophy today, also our demonstration of mediumship and our closing prayer. So sit back, relax. We're normally together 90 minutes-ish, give or take, something like that. You are amongst a global community. Right now, we have just started our 5th year of doing the Sunday gatherings, and we're just so grateful you're here. So with that, Darren, I'm going to turn it over to you for our opening prayer.
Thank you for that, Sandra, and a massive welcome to each and every one of you, and a happy Easter wherever you are. It's been a fun and an interesting day, I'm sure, for all. And I wonder how many Easter eggs you guys got. Dave's trying to be healthy. No, it's not worth it, is it? Anyway, if you'd like to close your eyes and join me for today's opening prayer. We come together here today as friends, brothers and sisters from around the world. We come together, united as one, once again in the joy and celebration of uniting the two worlds together as one under that banner of We Don't Die. As we come together united here today in the celebration of Easter Sunday, we also come together celebrating Hydesville Day and 160 years, 76 years of modern day spiritualism. Thanks to all those that have gone before us as we come together here to celebrate. And to our dear friends, helpers, and loved ones of that world we call unseen, we come together here today in love, truth, and honesty to each and every one of us to play our part in any way we can in uniting the two worlds together as one and allowing us all once again to absorb those words, those thoughts, pass through the minds of our workers here today from your world to ours to bring us all those moments of peace, joy, healing, and upliftment. And we come together here today in the knowing and understanding that country of residence, language spoken, personal background, and personal understanding holds no barriers and boundaries to those within your world. For each and every one of us comes here today as equal people, and we are treated so from your world. So each and every one of us gets to experience the joy and celebration of bringing the two worlds together as one. And each and every one of us can once again be immersed within that healing balm and that unconditional love of your world. As we come together here today, each and every one of us finds an absolute joy and privilege to walk hand in hand, side by side with those within your world, to share your stories, your feelings, and your thoughts. And each and every one of us finds this an absolute joy, and we truly hope we can make you proud here today. So, as we open up our Sunday gathering, as always, we do so with smiles upon our faces, positivity within our hearts, and love in abundance, so we truly can create that perfect meeting ground in which the two worlds can come together as one. And in doing so, we come together in memory of all those that have gone before us, allowing this day to take place and this gathering to take place, because without those people, this would not be possible. And we ask, as always, that that unconditional love and that healing balm goes to all four corners of our world to bring that joy, that upliftment, and that healing to all those hearts and minds that are in need here today. So, without further ado, my friends, we welcome you here. Amen.
Thank you so much, Darren. Well, I was about to dip some eggs to color them, and I started thinking, why in the world do we dip eggs for Easter? So I started doing a little research, and I thought our reading today could include some of those nice celebrations that we do and why. So here's our reading. Walk past any store's Easter display, and you're guaranteed to see bunnies, eggs, and candies. What you probably won't see is much evidence of the Easter story itself, as told in the Bible's four Gospels, that Jesus was arrested, beaten, and crucified, only to be resurrected on Easter Sunday. Easter is, by most accounts, the single most significant Christian holiday, since, as the Apostle Paul says, without Jesus' death and resurrection, the entire Christian faith is in vain. So, how did Easter go from the day Jesus rose again to the day giant bunnies leave pastel-colored eggs all over the house? The first historical references we have to an Easter bunny date back to a 16th century German tale. According to this legend, a mysterious creature named the Easter Hare visited children while they slept and rewarded them for their good behavior, similar to Santa Claus. The children made nests for the hare, which would then lay colored eggs in them. The tale was then brought to America by German immigrants in the 18th century. In the United States, the hare became a rabbit and grew in prominence as books like The Tale of Peter Rabbit from 1902 and The Easter Bunny That Overslept, written in 1957. And then in 1971, there was a television special called Here Comes Peter Cottontail, based on a 1957 book. Now, the history of why exactly German Protestants came to associate Easter with a magical hare is still somewhat murky. One theory is that hares were traditionally associated with new life due to their high fertility rate. Some have theorized that there is a connection between hares and the Anglo-Saxon goddess Esther, the goddess from whose name Easter may have been derived. As for the origins of the Easter egg, neither rabbits nor hares lay eggs, as we know, nor are eggs involved in the biblical story of Easter. One theory is that eggs relate to Easter symbolically. Just as a hard shell contained new life, so the tomb of Jesus contained his resurrection body. According to another legend, an egg merchant named Simon of Cyrene was forced to put down his egg basket in order to help Jesus carry his cross to where he would be crucified. When Simon returned to his basket, he found that his eggs had been miraculously decorated. What is clear is that by the 13th century, it was customary for Christians to abstain from eating eggs during Lent, the 40-day pre-Easter season. Hens, of course, did not abstain from laying eggs, so during Lent, By Easter Sunday, a typical village would have a massive egg surplus, making egg-related festivities convenient and practical, even if they lacked a clear and logical connection to the Bible. The Easter tradition of egg dyeing probably originated in ancient Christian communities in Mesopotamia that colored chicken eggs, that colored chicken eggs red to symbolize the blood of Jesus. To this day, Orthodox congregations continue to do this practice. Christians also may have picked up the egg symbol from Passover. The hard-boiled egg is one of the 7 symbols set out on the Seder plate. Easter and Passover are strongly connected to each other. The Last Supper Jesus shared with his disciples just before the crucifixion was a Passover Seder. After the disciples began proclaiming Jesus' resurrection, they continued to celebrate a yearly Passover in the way Jesus had instructed them to, remembering his death and, more importantly, what his death and resurrection meant for the world. Now, about this candy. According to the National Confectioners Association, the first edible Easter eggs dated back to the 19th century Europe. Germans made the sweets out of sugar and pastries and slipped them into hats and bonnets that children laid out overnight. These bonnets were the precursors to Easter baskets. Easter candy continued to be popular, but it wasn't until the 20th century that innovations in candy production allowed it to become the Easter staple it now is. In the 1930s, people began to associate the oval shape of jelly beans with miniature eggs, thus eternally associating them with Easter. All very interesting, as I'm sure you can agree. So happy Easter. As we go into our healing today, we're going to be listening, instead of a song, Stephen has recorded something very beautiful called The Spirit Within. And you'll hear the words and just let them dance along your soul. They're beautiful. But just before we hear that, I'd like to read to you a story called Creation from the Sioux Indians that I do feel will lead us very nicely into that healing. The Creator gathered all of creation and said, I want to hide something from the humans until they are ready for it. It is the realization that they create their own reality. The eagle said, give it to me. I will take it to the moon. The creator said, no. One day they will go there and find it. The salmon said, give it to me. I will bury it on the bottom of the ocean. No, they will go there and find it too, the creator said. Then the buffalo said, give it to me. I will bury it on the Great Plains. The creator said, no, they will cut into the skin of the earth and find it even there. Grandmother Mole, who lives in the breast of Mother Earth and who has no physical eyes but sees only with her spiritual eyes, said, put it inside of them. And the creator said, it is done. As we go into our healing, let's take a moment and remember all that need healing. My friends, we are so much more powerful than we know. And just by letting the words of Stephen and what we're about to hear just resonate in you, I know the spirit world can use our energy and direct it to where it is needed in the world. So here is The Spirit Within by our guest, Stephen Trollen. And as soon as that ends, we will have him to provide some words of philosophy for us today in our address.
The Spirit Within. Walk with me. Take my hand. I am the silent power within you. I am you. in you or me, weaved within sky and tree. I hear your prayers, your thoughts, and out of the billions of people in this world, we together are unique, and together are one and only beautiful you. The voice that you hear is your own. I am that higher consciousness within you, living a silent power of expression. If you nurture me, that silent sound, my voice, will echo onwards through our life like ripples in the water that can touch your mind and carry you. Take my hands and embrace me. My voice can be our freedom at will, from the chaos from within your world to where we can be still. A true power that will show you only truth, because I taste the essence and the sweet nectar through the power of life that carries you. Through your eyes I see the beauty. Let me share with you. I can see each and every moment that time holds no boundaries upon. I can share with you what a moment holds, a sacred space where time stands still. But yet, through my eyes, you have the time to see and take in the sweetness, and can do nothing but fulfill the innocence that is yours, because every moment is new. My prayer, my wish is to love you. As you grow to know me, my presence, your sensitivity grows, and there are no bounds from worlds apart. As then as possible, that you are able to feel your loved ones that have gone before you, but through me, because you have been spending time with, praying, speaking to me from the heart. The love that is shared will stay with us forever, as together with their love that touches us, that nurtures and loves the mind, the soul, we can see these as memories that we can forever hold. These through our life are the jewels of the mind that we can access and share at any given time. As we come together and become one, life holds no boundaries through the power of love. You see the wonders that are within you, that goes beyond any logical word in life, that we are yet to discover and find. And you will feel the peace and gratitude as my love fills your mind. We can take in the wonders of life and the power as it unfolds before you and share, and bask within the gratitude and fulfillment, and growing to be aware. It is a forever unfolding journey where they are the gifts of the Spirit that will never fail to help you see all the purities in life because you're sharing it with me. The love that goes beyond the physical emotion we can share. You hear me now? As time comes around from birth until now, you have begun to awaken and listen to that silent sound. As we walk this life together, we, as well as those you love, will never be apart. As long as you spend time with me, nurture love, speak to me, pray, from the heart, from your spirit within. I love you.
Thank you, Sandra. And nice to see you again, Darren. And it's an honor and a privilege to be here to serve you all. And what I was contemplating on was simply, who are we? What are we? Yes, we have the physical body. We have our thoughts. We have our beating heart. I believe that the heart, or should I say the soul, reflects upon the heart that can give us that feeling of love if we are able to accept ourselves for who we truly are. I mean, every single person out of this whole world, out of the billions of people, there is no one else that is you. And that makes you just absolutely so precious. So precious. You know, life itself can speak in many different languages. Yes, we have different languages that we can speak verbally. But through the language of love, through the language of the Great Spirit that expresses itself through us, that can bring to the surface all that purity and beauty that life holds, to see from a different perception, from a purer, more clear perception. Simply nature itself. I know that you may have heard this from many of you that have been to services before and mediums that have spoken before, and I believe there's nothing truer said, because we are a part of nature. But how much really are we able to grasp of nature itself? You know, we had a program here up in the beautiful Highlands of Scotland, where I'm from. There was this program called Spring Watch, and it was around our area, and they were just talk about the wildlife and so on. But the guy came out with so many scientific facts of nature. And one of them was, there was tests done between a primrose and a bee. But every time that bee came close to the primrose increased the sugar within its nectar by 30%. That's just, to me, that's pure That's one scientific fact. How many more are we maybe just not aware of? One fact is that, as I mentioned before, you are precious. You are a part of the great tapestry of life because you have life within you. It knows you. Therefore, your soul knows you. Therefore, also, those that love you in the spirit world know you. They can see your heartaches. They can see your happy times, the miracles of life itself. A new baby that's born. I mean, what would you see? It could be the love of an animal, for example. But a new baby that's born is still yet to be conditioned by life. There's a feeling that comes with it. I know myself, I can only speak from my experience. When my wee boy was born, my little boy was born at 5 years old, he is now. As soon as that first cry came, I knew my life had changed. Yes, it is very, very busy. Not as busy as some that have had many, but it's still busy, but at the same time, beautiful. And the innocence within that child. I mean, you wonder, where does thought come from when it's still to experience life? If we're able to look through different eyes of one another, I wonder, I really wonder, what would it do to us as a person? I mean, out of the billions of people, if we were able to look through one person's eyes and then another, because everyone in this world, as I mentioned, we're all completely, completely unique. Yes, we may be similar in ways, we may share experiences, laugh, and so on. But how much could we be enriched by the experience of others? I believe that when we want the best for one another, that's an experience that everyone, if we were able to share that, our hearts, our souls would be so much fuller. Therefore, so would be our lives. If you could picture, just for one moment, think of that person that you love so dearly, could be in the spirit world or here, mum, dad, son, daughter, friend, uncle, grandmother, animal. But if that person or that mind was able to share with you all the beauty and all the purity that it saw in you, it would simply bring to the surface all of that. You see, there's that saying that I wish I could take my own advice sometimes that we give to others. And I believe it's in the giving, and it's in the giving that where that surrendering can come from. But how much do we really give to ourselves? Every moment, a whole lifetime of that, maybe one person or animal or whoever, or whatever that mind has expressed, a whole lifetime with you. To try and fit all of that within one thought, it's quite impossible, really. Therefore, it proves to you that you are more beautiful than you can ever physically possibly imagine. And that could be just one person. How many people have you met in your lifetime? How many people have you touched, even without knowing it? It's just, if we could really bring that into perception, into our own perspective, our lives would be so much more fuller. We would see the purities so much more. We would accept ourselves so much more. Because I know that, myself included, like lack of self-confidence comes. I believe everyone, every single person in this world, I guess that's something we could share. But I know through the goodness of another, we can allow that to dissolve. It doesn't need to be there. Life itself. You know, I went to see there's a guy called Professor Brian Cox. I don't know if you've heard from him. He's a physicist, and he just incredible knowledge about the universe and the stars and so on. And I went to see him in a theatre not long ago, and he came out with that the universe is made up with so many different chemical elements. But then he said, we are made up of that chemical elements. The only difference is the complexity of how it's put together. So you are a part of a universe. You are the universe. I mean, another thing that he said is that he showed true images of galaxies. He called it the beginning of time because it's as far many light years away. And he said it's taken 30 billion years for that light to touch this earth from that universe. That's just absolutely unbelievable. You see, and you're a part of the tapestry of that universe, that life that's within you. You are loved beyond measure. There is a saying, I was working over in a little island away up the north of Scotland, a little island called Shetland. And I was in my friend's house, the lady who I was staying with, and I saw on the wall, man did not weave the web of life. What he does to the web, he does to themselves. Therefore, it kind of brings to our perspective that we are accountable also for our actions. I think if we have the intention, yes, we make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. And we'll always still keep making mistakes. It's natural. But what I would say is try and not beat yourself up. Try and honor who you are. Try and honor the life that you have. I mean, there's so many people with differences. It doesn't matter the difference in size, shape, how we think, what sex you are. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you have a beautiful soul within you. It loves you. It loves you beyond measure. It wants to fulfill your life. An incredible lady, sadly to us in the spirit world now, Mavis Patilla. And another friend, he was telling me that before he was about to do a demonstration, when he was just starting off to go onto the platform, He said, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. And she said, but your soul isn't. So I would say, take that leap of faith, move beyond the boundaries of what you have become to understand and know. I mean, one time also, here to get to know your guides, and this is not wrong, for those that are unfolding and developing mediumship. But I was contemplating this one time, and then I just felt one of my friends come close, and they said, it's not about you getting to know us, it's about you sitting with reverence so we can get to know you, that within the power and the blending. And as we get to know you, you will become to know us. Therefore, you have an ability, yes, maybe for those that are working or to be able to have a communion with guides, inspires, friends, however you want to recall them, but in a more personal way. You have that beautiful soul within you that knows exactly what to do and how to do it. It's natural law to bond and blend with those that love you, that have taken that step before you. They cherish you. They would want you to cherish yourself. And then by doing that, that strength and that bond will forever grow. And you could learn to walk this life hand in hand with your soul and with those that love you in the spirit world. You're so much more. I hope that some of these words have touched you somewhere, maybe inspired a thought or something to go and contemplate upon, because that's your own personal learning. That's your own journey. I wish you well, and I'm excited for you. Thank you.
Stephen, thank you so much. Beautiful words. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to press your raise hand button just to send Lawrence some love and appreciation. Beautiful words. And it's a beautiful day for just hearing all of that. I know it really touched my heart and my soul. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our demonstration of mediumship. This is always a special time, seeing on the court how close our spirit friends and family members are to us. And of course, they don't just come around on Sundays for the Sunday gathering. They're an active part of your life, which is so nice to see happen every week, to hear the words from our medium. Stephen is donating his time to us today, and he'll be our medium as well. And I know we've got some friends that have been here before, and I know we have some friends, this is your very first time with us on our Sunday gathering. So I'd like to just tell you a little bit about how this portion goes. Of course, every medium is different. They all bring their own special flair. They all have that love for the spirit world, giving a voice to people that no longer have a voice like you and I have. What typically happens is our medium will invite loved ones and community members in the unseen world to join us. Of course, they're right there, probably already lined up. You'll hear Stephen give a few initial bits of information about the person who has connected with him. And the good news is we are still all people. We are not balls of energy or anything like that. We are still us with our personality and with so much love. So the spirit world will use him. They'll use his memories and thoughts and feelings and senses and sensations and all those kind of things in their own unique way, because just as we are each one in a billion, they are one in many billion as well. So they'll use their own unique flavor to communicate with Stephen. So he'll give those a few initial bits of information. We want everybody to be on the edge of your seat listening in. Is this my loved one? Now, to work with our medium on today or any time, your loved one or friend in the spirit world, they no longer walk this earth. So if some he describes someone that sounds very similar to somebody you have around. Don't raise your hand. We are looking for our friends that are in the spirit world. Okay, so that's just the distinction on that. If you can understand 100% of the information as the person he described, we want you to press your raise hand button like you just did, or you can practice it one more time, see how it works. It'll go from raise hand to lower hand. Why this is important is sometimes we might have 2 or more people that can take all of the information that is shared. As Stephen continues, he'll give more bits of information. And if you can no longer take that, we ask you to press your hand, lower hand button. We often have between 100 and 200 people in our Sunday gathering. So just do us the favor and raise your hand if you can take the information. If you are somebody who works with our medium, what happens is this: if you're the last hand raised or last man standing, so to speak, I'll press a button on my side. You'll get a pop-up on your screen that'll say host would like you to unmute yourself. At that point, you'll see the unmute button and you can press it. We don't need your camera on. Don't worry about that. If you're busy cooking Easter dinner with your apron on, curlers in, don't worry. We just need your voice, just to loud and clear, yes, no, or I don't know. As Stephen gives information, that's all you need to do to respond, yes, no, or I don't know. What we always recommend anytime you work with a medium, whether it's a demonstration or one-on-one, you let the medium do the work. It happens far too often in this world that people are so excited they volunteer their information about the loved one, and then you may leave the demonstration wondering, did the medium actually connect with your loved one, or did you volunteer the information? So that's why it's important, just the yes, no, and I don't know. Okay, deal? I think so. With that, we love to play a piece of music always before our demonstration. This is the time to just celebrate the love from the spirit world that's with you. If you want to listen to the song, watch the song, just be with your loved ones, feel their love. They've never left you. Stephen is so gratefully picked all of our music today, and this song, another beautiful one, just like all the rest. I know you're going to know it. It is Miss Celine Dion. Beautiful song. And before we begin our demonstration, Stephen, I accidentally called you Lawrence. We had Lawrence Saville as our guest not too long ago, so my apologies.
That's okay.
Thank you.
That's okay. Thank you, Sandra, and everybody again. You know, I forgot to say a little while ago, I talked about the Shetland Isles. They did a experiment, if I could put it like that, where they actually prescribed nature in the Shetland Isles, and it had such a positive effect. So just to add that in there. So we know that we are a part of something that's within us all, the Great Spirit, if you want to call it like that, or God, however you want to refer. But because that's within us all, we're all a part of it. We are connected as one at this time. So distance and miles, it falls away during this time that we spend together. So as I'm surrendering my awareness to be in the company of those that love you, the first feeling I have, I know I've got a gentleman that comes close. I also feel as well is here. Um, I know my breathing was something that he wasn't entirely happy about, you know. I also feel as well, he mentions that there's been additions to the family since he's passed to the spirit world, because I feel there's just such this grateful heart. I do feel as if I'm a dad in the spirit world here just now, as he comes. And I wasn't surprised if this new addition to this world, since he's passed the spirit world, it would be a girl. So let me just ask, can anyone understand that?
All right, thanks. Okay, we have Emily with her hand that went right up, and
okay.
Nancy. We have 2 people.
Okay, 2 people. I'll carry on and see where we go. But I just can't get this I do feel, I know there's a lady that's with him as well. I do feel as if they hold hand in hand together here to be here for you. I also know as well, there's something to do with decorating the room for this child, but I wouldn't be surprised also if it was something that you, the way it's been decorated, if it was something that you had when you were a child too.
Thank you very much. If you can still take all of that information, keep your hand raised.
Oh, there's a,
All right. Emily's had her hand up the longest, and we just got a new person, Diane, with her hand raised.
oh, I'll keep going and we get another little bit more.
Okay.
And let me just feel for you. I'm hearing taps and bangs there. It's not the spirit world, is it? The
I think it's
the
my mother.
the Hydesville knock-ins. There we go. Let me just. I do feel as well. He's mentioning a birthday. I just feel as if it's either my birthday. It's the sense that he gives me. Let me just ask that to you. It's either round about now, coming up. It's quite close. There's that
All right.
feeling.
Diane and Colette, you both have your hands raised. Your birthday is right around now. Keep your hand up if it is. They both have their hands raised. Would you like to hear their voices or keep going
Yeah,
on?
that'll be
Okay.
nice if I could get their voice.
Yes,
that'd be
of
fine.
course. Let's start with Diane. Hi, Diane.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Diane and Colette. It's nice to be in your company.
All right.
let me
Let's see if we can
just-
get Colette's voice here. Hi, Colette. Colette, are you there? We do not have Colette's voice, only Diane's.
Let me actually feel more attracted to Diane, should I say, more drawn to Diane here just now. So if you can listen in here, Diane, that would be amazing. You can understand all the information that I've given so far.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. I get the feeling certainly of hands of comfort, just naturally like that. But I also know with him, I feel he's saying it's like, I hear your prayers, I hear your prayers. And let me just say, I wouldn't be surprised if you have what they call is like either a little special space where you either light candles and just kind of have their pictures out there and photographs together of those that they're important to you.
I do.
But they also take me, would it also be correct there as well? There was something to do with a driver's license that comes to my awareness. And I'm surprised if that's either been kept from him, I would say. Would that make sense to you?
No, I don't have his driver's license.
Okay, and let me just go over that again, because he just kept showing me. I have the feeling of a driver's license that touches my awareness here just now. But I actually feel as well. Now let me just go with this. Would you know someone around you that's either just thinking about taking their lessons, passed their driving license, got their driver's license, or something like this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's fine, because that was the feeling that I have. So it's just his way, their way of just saying how close we are around you. And let me just feel here just now, because I know I'll get this hug from this lady here just now that comes close with him. And I do feel these are together, you see. So it's either mum, dad, I just get that feeling of their togetherness there just now. I keep going with this a little bit more. And I feel here as well, he talks about, it's more your dad here that's got the spokesperson, should I say, that I want to give you the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow touches my awareness, because the words that are standing out to me just now is like dreams really do come true. But I also want to go to the version, who sang it before? There's somebody that sang it before. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. But if you type it in YouTube, I'm sure it'll come up. But I just feel it's like a meeting place between you and those that love you, like a gift from him, from him. And now here as well, he just shows me here just now. I've got my shirt, my collar, my tie on, just all dressed up for you. But I also feel as well there's a sense of is that I'm sorry. I wish I could have been there for you longer. Is the feeling that he gives. I also feel as well as if there wasn't much of a choice for you. Is this feeling that he gives before he passes? It's just like decisions were taken out your hands. I just feel he just kind of mentions it in this way. Would that make sense to you there?
Yes.
Okay. But I know so much. He's just showing me his praying hands. It's like I hear your prayers. And it's like that song, Celine Dion again comes to my awareness too. He just holds you, he hugs you still as his baby. And I feel he mentions, I'm so proud of this other baby girl that's come to this life as well. And I know he mentions the rainbows as well. So let me just go with this. I wouldn't be surprised if there's been thought of either putting a rainbow in their bedroom or a rainbow. Is it Care Bears? Care Bears or something to do with a rainbow comes to my awareness.
That's right.
That's good. And then he also talks here just now as if he lays me down on this bed. And I know here as well, would you know someone that would have like aeroplanes that hangs from their bedroom as well, or aeroplanes that hang?
Yes.
Yes, good. I feel as he brings all of this just now, um, I just feel I know I get the sense with him it was something that he loved as well, it was something to do with aeroplanes, going
Oh,
back
yeah.
going back in time there just now. And I feel with him just now, it's just I also want to give you this song, and I don't know if you can watch this video because I get the feeling within the relevance to you as I'm walking through the air, with the snowman that flies with the boy, takes them on a journey. I just want to say, I fly just now. I can be wherever you want. Do not worry. I am here for you, but also those that love you. I know time's going on a little bit, but he just takes my awareness to Christmas time, says, thank you very much for still including me on the tree at Christmas time is a feeling that he gives. I get a sense of a photograph that sits there also. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. I just know that he puts his arms around you. I know there are more here, but I get the feeling the arms around you of comfort and of joy. And just before he goes, he mentions something to do with like a knitted cardigan with the lady that comes. But I feel here as well, she either carried a little bit of tissue up her sleeve or carried a bit of tissue with me all the time. Would that make sense?
Yes.
I just feel she's here also, and I don't know, she just wipes my nose for some reason, wipes my nose. It just feels she carries this all the time and just saying, I'm here to catch your tears. I know, I get the feeling. I know it's not something, let me just go with this. I feel here, I would be surprised if somebody has like a cough or a cold or a sniff just now as well, because I'm getting the sense of like the cough medicines and this kind of things. But I know with yourself, I just feel you're more of a person that would go more with the herbal kind of side of things, like ginger, lemon,
Yes.
anything, and honey.
Exactly.
Good, good. And I just know it's like the sweetness he mentions there just now. I see that within you. I see that within you. And please give her my love. Give her a hug from me. I know she says I get I know he goes now. I get the sense of blue eyes there as he looks into her eyes. Would that make sense?
Yes, that's my dad.
Okay, good. So just know that he's done his very best to be here for you. And know, as I say, take his love. He doesn't stay here with me. He sits there right next to you, holding your very hands at this very moment with this lady here just now with him too. Um, Having a good old party coming up to Christmas time. I know it's a little bit of time away, but I just feel as if I want to remember the good times then, because I know it's a difficult time. So I hope that makes sense to you. Because I just feel one of them go round about those times, you see. So just please take his love, their love, and I'll thank you and I'll thank them.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
so welcome.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so welcome. Okay. Let's see who else who I have here. I've got this a gentleman here because I feel I've got like a biker's jacket on just now, as I've got a motorbike, or there's this feeling of the love of motorbikes. And I feel here as well, um, with him, I'm certainly I'm not shy of going quite fast, you know. Um, Okay. I do feel with him, it was a part of what takes him to the spirit world, but I feel the love, um, um, either for he leaves a girl behind, he leaves a lady behind, or something like this here just now. Because I feel as there's this sense as if I either want to scratch something in a tree or write our names somewhere, forever loved, forever loved. I get these feelings. Let me just offer that.
Thank you so much. All right, friends. Who understands this information coming from this gentleman in the spirit world? Press your raise hand button, please.
Melissa.
All right. Melissa, if you could press your unmute button. She's looking for it. There you are. Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
Hi,
Welcome.
Melissa. It's nice to be in your company. You can understand everything I've said so far.
Yes.
That's okay. That's good. I get the feeling from him as he does his very best. I feel with him as well, there's a sense of either him being a dad. I feel like a dad in my awareness. Would that make sense to you?
No, not. He was a dad, but he was not my dad.
Oh, that's okay. He was a dad. That's fine. That's fine. That's the feeling of him being a dad. That's okay. That fits well. So let me just keep going a little bit more for you. And then he gives me the feeling here as well. Um, I, I get the feeling he would have either gotten a little bit of trouble by the police at some point, or there's
Mhm.
this feeling of like a police investigation going
Mhm.
on, you see. And I
Yes.
know as well he brings, it's like they never found something, or they didn't find there's something missing, or there's just this feelings that he's given me here just now. Would this make sense to you as I say it like that?
Yes, it does.
I know with you or someone he mentions here just now, of thank you for being there for others, you see, because I know that you must have either been a great support for those that he loves as well, you see. I hope
Mhm.
that makes sense to you. And I know here as well, there's a lady he brings my awareness to as well. And I do feel that he's kind of like lifting things up a little bit. So I get the sense of false teeth in my mouth here just now. Let me just go with this a little bit more. Actually, would you know someone that's either asking? Would you know where there's either been a tooth that's kept, or there's a teeth that's been kept, either from the tooth fairy or someone's teeth being kept, something like that?
Yes.
Okay. And I know here as well he mentions coins, because I just get a feeling of things being dropped in your path things being dropped in your way. And I know you're certainly someone that's open to seeing signs and being, because I'm seeing feathers and things like this here as well. I
Wow.
feel
Yep.
as if you would have one either sitting on your sideboard, if that's the right word, you see. And I know here as well, he must have been a smoker as well, you know, because I feel as if I've got an ashtray with
Mhm.
me here just now. And I
Mhm.
feel here as sort of roll-ups at some point and maybe some other things. But I just
Mhm.
know it's like I'm happy and I'm clean and I just feel there's this feeling as well, either on a stone where he is left, or as a stone. I don't like using the word graveyard or cemetery. I just get the feeling there's something to do that he brings up. Slow down. Like fly high, fly high, fly high. Would this make sense
Yes.
to you, Kiki? But I also
Yep.
know as well, I would be surprised if it's yourself that would have liked either Winnie the Pooh when you were younger, or someone that likes Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if you know whether the teddy bear, the Winnie the Pooh
Hmm.
programs.
I know
Would that?
them. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. Let me keep going with that then. It's something that I saw when I was younger. Certainly. Let me just go. And then. Oh, let me just surrender to him. Okay, I'll go back to that in a second because I feel there's something to do. There's something to do with a teddy bear that he brings
Mhm.
my awareness to. You see, if I mention it in that way, and I know
Mm.
here as well. There's something about he brings the. Would it be correct in saying either someone's just had their toenails painted, or there's something to do with their toes, or you see?
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Because I just feel he's saying, I'm so glad you're looking after yourself. And I'm so glad that you are. But I know he puts his hands through your hair just a little bit, you know. And I know either you must have long hair, you see, he gives me the
Mhm.
feeling of. Because I just know he strokes your hair, strokes your head, puts your hair behind your ears. So although this may not be physically there, know within his love and his living thought he does this now. And I
Mhm.
know it's nice to see you looking after yourself, because he's talking about getting eyebrows done and things like this. You know, it's a bit of a weird feeling, you know, me getting this, because I
Ah,
don't do that. But I just know he's just saying, and I know he says that you wear my ring, or someone wears his ring,
mhm.
And I feel here as well, someone would also have either a tattoo. A tattoo he brings my awareness to as well. Would this make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. But I feel here as if he's got one. But also I want to give you the song. Just for this little minute, it's forever young. I'm gonna be forever young. I'm gonna live forever. Don't laugh at me singing, everybody. Eh?
Yeah.
But I just
Yes.
know he just gives that song, and that's the both of us together. No matter our perception in life that we may feel at times keeps us separated, I am right there with you. Um, and you know this, you feel him, you smell his smoke, the
Mhm.
smoke as well. And just before he goes, he mentions a door that creaks, a door that creaks. But
Mhm.
he jokes with this and saying, "It's not me, honest, it's not me." But he jokes with this, and then he's kind of trying to be a bit of a prankster in some sense of, like ooh, pretending to be
Yeah.
some kind of a scary spirit in some
Mhm.
way, you know. But I just know he just jokes with all of this.
Yeah.
Just because he's still got this personality, this mischievousness within him just
Yep.
now, and just know that we are all together forever young. So I'll leave his love with you, and I'll thank you, and I'll thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see who else we can feel here from the spirit world just now. I wouldn't be surprised if the name of Emily touches my awareness here just now, but I get the feeling of someone here just within my awareness. I go to the spirit world far too young. And I know it's either with leukemia or it's just certainly some kind of illness that I was going to say he brings my awareness to just now. Just now, I get the feeling, 'cause I know there's a gentleman or certainly a he that just touched my soul that made those words come out there. Let me just carry on a little bit more. And Emily, 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 Emily. And I feel okay. I feel here whoever I want to be with, they would know as if there must be either a gathering or there's this feeling of they really have a party or like honoring my life in the way of I feel also like a superhero in the spirit world, you see. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's like had love of a Spider-Man or something like this that comes to my awareness just now. I appeal with a boy. So let me just offer that to you.
Thank you very much. All right, friends, who understands this information, go ahead and press your raise hand button, please.
Okay,
Nobody, no hands up yet.
that's okay.
Oh,
That's
I say that too soon. We have Colette with her hand
Colette.
raised.
Okay.
All right, Colette, if you could press your unmute button. She's looking for it. Yes, yes. There you are. Hi, Colette.
Hi, Colette.
Colette, we cannot hear your voice. Is there any chance you have headphones plugged in? Because if so, the microphone doesn't work.
Ah,
There you are. I think, try that again. Can you hear us, Colette? Oh, we can hear you, but it's breaking up.
yeah, can't really. Let me just ask. Can you understand everything that I've said?
I know it's frustrating. Colette, maybe you can press in the chat box.
Okay,
Oh,
can't hear you.
Colette, maybe you can press in the chat box a Y for yes, an N for no. Would that work? Oh,
I can hear the typing.
I can hear the typing too.
It's exciting.
Uh-huh.
Passed. His daughter is Emily. Ah, that's
Young lad that
exciting.
passed and his daughter is Emily. And just so not everybody can read this because it's
Okay.
coming to us.
Thank you. Thank you. I can see that there. Let me carry on for you. And then let me ask, would you know where there's some kind of I get the feeling of either somebody being like a superhero or is this feeling like Spider-Man, charity events, this kind of thing. Something just like they did something in honor of me, you see.
Colette, just to put a Y for yes, N for no in the chat box. We do hear typing, but I don't see anything. All right.
There was a superhero, yes. And okay. Let me just be there. Okay. I feel. Again, it's the birthday times that touches my awareness. I also feel with him as he comes close. I know not to go back to those sad times, but I get the feeling it's like I want to be the support for others, no matter the condition of what I was in when I knew there was not much else that we could do physically to keep me in this physical life. I just get that feeling of just as if he wants to support others, to comfort others, to let him know. Okay, that's fine. Just to let them know that he is okay. I just feel as if it's, sometimes that we want to be there for that person that is slipping to the spirit world, but I get the feeling from him, it's more reversed, as if I know where I'm going. I want to be there for others.
Thank you. She had said yes
Okay.
earlier on in what you were saying.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I feel here as well from him. That's fine. I'm starting to get him a little bit stronger now. And I know with him, I can breathe. There must be something in his lungs, his stomach, but I just feel so much more freer. And again, this walking in the air, the snowman and the little boy, I'm walking in the air. That's got some relevance there just now, as if certainly I'm holding the hands of those here also. And let me just go here to his resting space. Oh, there's something to do with his resting space. He brings some awareness to, but I know he talks about fresh flowers that are just gone down there. Fresh flowers that have just gone down.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a thank you for those fresh. I want to say keep, I feel whoever goes there, I just know there's just this beautiful feeling of just sitting somewhere quiet where I can just sit and just spill my heart out, just talk away. And I feel he comes like, I hear you, I want to encourage you to keep doing that. I know we can feel, hear, should I say the spirit world, hear us, feel us, know us, no matter where we are. But sometimes it's just that space where you can be more in touch with yourself, where there's no one else around, just the quietness, just so we can just listen to the birds together and listen to the birds together. Let me just ask that there.
Yes.
So no, within the bird's song, I am. Within the bird's song, I am. I know here as well. There's a song called Moments by Lenk Lewis, Lenk Lewis. If you look that up, there's some beautiful words in there that takes away the barriers and boundaries of the conscious perception of the separation you see. And it's being a part of the surroundings he brings my awareness to. But now I just feel, but before he goes, I just feel so accepted, appreciated. I feel here as well the charity events that either took place or it's like in a church hall somewhere he brings awareness to. Let me just ask that there.
Does that make sense, Colette?
I'm hearing it's like, again, it's the wedding going on in my mind here also. I'm hearing the church bells, you see. And I just hear, it's just like, if you hear the bells, know that I'm there. If you hear the bells, know that I'm there. And then let me just put this to you, if you're not sure, because I got the feeling here he took me to a church hall. And I know here as well with this, there's either like it's a place where there's like a community gathering where people either sell cakes, kind of do raffles and things like this. I just feel as if I'm honored there somehow. I'm mentioned in a stall there somehow. I just feel there must be something to do with the cancer research or looking into that there.
She had said not sure. I don't know about the cancer research and that.
Okay, let me just let's go with this then. The because I know here you got, is it Marie Curie and the cancer. I know it's got a lot to do, as if my legacy still lives on, is the feeling that it gives me. I do know with him, if you're not sure, let me see where we can go, but I just feel he gives that there just now. And I feel as if I want for you to picture him, where either fishing, sitting next to a quiet river somewhere.
Does that make sense, Colette? She says,
Oh, yes,
OMG,
good.
yes.
Good. Because I just feel I still do this. I'm still, when we go to the spirit world, we can live all the happy times we've have together, and we can still keep living through the eyes of those we love here. And I know he continues to do that. So please know if you can ask. I feel here. Let me just ask, would you know the name of Brian by any chance?
I feel her
Not
thinking.
sure. That's okay. Not sure. I feel he's more like a mate of his, a friend of his, is the feeling that he gives me.
In
Not
spirit, she
sure.
writes.
Okay. And then I just know that he's done his best. He's doing his best. Always, I just know his legacy lives on. And I'm walking in the air. I can fly free. I can be fishing by the river again. And I just know again, it's like, thank you to you for being there. It's like he's comforting you in the sense of, I know it's not easy for you being here to like being the medium's medium in some way. But I just feel as if you pass this message on to others. I just feel here as well. I just know dreams really do come true. I want to say that I wish the dreams for everyone. I just feel as if he spreads his magic everywhere. I get that sense. So keep that magic alive, that superpowers, that superhero. Just keep that magic alive within the life. That's good. That's good. And then I'll leave his love with you. And I'll thank you, and I'll thank him as well. No, he's done his very best.
Thank you very much. And Colette writes, I understand this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Stephen, thank you so very much for being our medium, giving our address today, and we'll hear a few words from you with our closing prayer. So I know people are pressing their raise hand button as to thank you. And I know it's difficult when technology doesn't work, but we are absolutely determined. And as you see myself and Stephen and Darren as representatives of all of us around the world, human beings, these loved ones that come through on our Sunday gatherings represent all of our loved ones. Don't ever feel because your loved one doesn't come through that they're not there, because they are. They're right with you. So every week we have us on the panel here delivering our Sunday gathering, and we have those on the panel from the spirit world on behalf of all of our loved ones. So they are with us. Some announcements going forward. First of all, find out more about Stephen, book a reading, or if you'd like to hear again the beautiful words that we heard for our healing, the spirit within, I forgot the words just for a moment there. His website is soulfullyembraced.com, soulfullyembraced.com. And we do hope we have you back on. We would certainly love to. Coming up this week, we have Scott Milligan, who's back with us for 1 week only, and then he's heading to America with Darren, so we won't have them back until May. But this week, if you'd like to sit in a class or two with Scott, on Monday and Tuesday, we're doing 2 3-hour days of the class Trance and the Altered States. And also included in that is a Friday demonstration with Scott. On Tuesdays, he offers sitting in the power hours at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. London time. I forgot to mention everything we offer. You get the video replay. So if you can't join us live, you still get it. And then on Friday, he's doing a 90-minute trance demonstration called The Conversation with a Friend. It's a beautiful opportunity to sit with the unseen world and hear some philosophy, words of comfort, and we get to have a conversation with our friend in the afterlife and be able to ask questions. So that's with Scott Milligan. Our friends Carrie and Phil have safely made it back to the UK after their month being in New Zealand and Australia. You will see them on the Sunday gathering next week, next Sunday. Also, their new classes begin just after next Sunday. On Tuesdays, they have color and psychometry. On Wednesdays, if you're interested in mediumship, the perfect thing would be medium level 1. And if you are someone quite practiced in medium level 1, or if you're practicing medium right now, on Thursdays is medium level 2. Everything we have coming up, you can find at wedon'tdie.com. You can just click on the store page. Also, from me, I am now at, I think 440 episodes of We Don't Die Radio. My latest is with a wonderful man called Dr. Antonio Harrison. He is a virtual reality coach that I have been following for over 2 years now, and I get his take on the afterlife, but more importantly, how to live life powerfully. He's one of the most empowering people that I know. So I call him Coach Doc. You'll find that on the main page of wedon'tdie.com. Also, my other episode, which is on Shades of the Afterlife, number 180-ish, something like that. It's called Hospice's Heavenly Visitors, and it's filled with stories of just before people pass, those loved ones that come to greet them. You hear these stories, and that episode is just chock full of them. So those are my new episodes at wedon'tdie.com. Also, a shout out to all of our friends who have donated for our Sunday gathering. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. If you'd like to donate, or if you'd like to review past Sunday gatherings or register for future ones, just go to wedon'tdie.com and click on the Sunday gathering page. Simple as that. I've said enough. I'm going to pass it over to my dear friend Darren for some words for the week.
Thank you for that, Sandra, and thank you to you guys for being here with us week in and week out. And thank you to Stephen and Sandra. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always, to be part of this Sunday gathering. Now, as we know, today is Hydesville Day, and it goes back to 1848 with the raps and taps with the Fox sisters. And here we are today. And it kind of got me thinking and looking back at some of our pioneers of the past. And when you look back at, and hear about these pioneers, and the troubles they went through, the hurdles, the obstacles they had to overcome to show that life is eternal and life exists and love is eternal. And if you think, if it wasn't for those pioneers, going back many years, we may not be here today doing this. We may not know about spiritualism whatsoever. We could be following a faith that we don't really want to follow. But here we are today. Thank you to them for, we're here, Sunday gathering, spiritualism, it's all out there. But there's still, when you speak to modern day mediums, there's still those obstacles, there's still those hurdles, there's still those disbelievers. But when you look to our pioneers in the past, they never let any of that stop them, did they? They carried on to go forward in their truth. They kind of didn't really care, and I'm putting this probably in the wrong way, they didn't care what people thought. They carried on moving forward with what they believed in. And like I said, through their hard work and their dedication, here we are today. Myself, Sandra and Stephen, here we are together with you guys. That probably wouldn't have happened otherwise. And like Stephen said in his talk, each and every one of us is unique. We're all different. We've all got different goals, different objectives, different beliefs, different thoughts. Go forward with those, go forward with what's in your gut, go forward with it. Don't let others sway you from that path. Take heed and, let's learn from these pioneers of the past. So whatever it is you want to go forward with, do it. You only live in this world once. What's your legacy going to be? Don't let others sway you from your pathway. Like these pioneers of the past, they didn't let other people sway them from the pathway. And look where we are today. Yes, we are all unique individuals. People probably think I'm mad, I'm crazy. But do you know what? I don't care. That's me. So don't be swayed from your pathway. Don't be swayed from your journey. And if you ever start to waver or wander, Have a look at some of these pioneers of the past, what they went through and what they achieved. So keep going forward because you know you are loved. As Stephen said, each and every one of you are loved. So I thank you and I'll pass you over to Stephen.
Thank you, Darren, for those beautiful words. Certainly touched a space in me. So I just invite you all just to take your awareness to your breath and close your eyes just a second. And allow these words to wash over you. To the beauty, the soul within us, within the innocence of every step we take within this life that is new. We thank you for your strength to give us the courage to move beyond the boundaries of what we already know. For then, it's a life truly lived, filled with new experiences of life, special moments with those we love, special moments with ourselves in deep contemplation. We thank you for removing the boundaries and barriers of distance and miles to unite us together. That's united us together this day and others through the beauty of the internet. Within the heart of Sandra, the heart of Darren, the heart of you within every heartbeat and every breath. There you are. Within every good deed, good intention, you are within our words. You will carry the power of life to touch others, to encourage others around us. Through the power of life itself, we thank those that have joined us, many that have joined us, although some have just had their opportunity just for this day to have their expression of love and friendship still expressed through the words of a medium, inspiration from others, Darren, Sandra. But we thank you for being the inspiration within the hearts and souls of those we still love, that try their best and hardest to still cherish us, or should I say, to let us know they still cherish us. It's within this unity, the physical perception of life and the spiritual expression within us all, you unite together as one, like a seed being planted within the soil for us to cherish and nurture. And as you grow within our lives, just like the branches that reaches for the sun, our different directions take us. You're always there. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Beautiful words. And as we go to our closing song today, Stephen has picked a beautiful song by Lady Gaga, and we all remember how close our loved ones really are. This is called Hold My Hand. Thank you all for being here. Happy Easter. Thank you for the beautiful messages you've typed in the chat box too. We haven't been able to get back to you, a little busy here, but we appreciate you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks again to Darren and Stephen, to you all and our friends in the unseen world. Mwah. Happy Easter. Bye, everyone.